This segment is called Your Crazy America. It's an installment of the Vault XL, and this is where I bring you a crazy, outrageous tale of something that someone in the United States has done. The topic is about Ryan Borgwart. He is a Wisconsin man who attempted to fake his own death, leave his family in wonderment, wondering if he was alive or deceased, and all along he had crossed the pond to be with another woman. But somehow he was talked into coming back to America to be with his family and stand account for the crime he committed. Let's talk about it. Ryan Borgwart, a Wisconsin man who faked his death, explained in a newly released interrogation video that he felt like a failure in all aspects of his life and saw faking his death as a way to disappear. He detailed his elaborate plan, which involved a kayak, inflatable boat, and a trip to Europe. Borgwart told Green Lake County Sheriff's deputies that he felt hopeless and unable to communicate with his wife about his struggles. He staged his disappearance by overturning his kayak and dumping his phone in a lake. He then used an electric bike, a bus, and a flight to travel to Europe, eventually ending up in Georgia. Authorities searched for him for 58 days before tracking him down and convincing him to return home. Borgwart pleaded no contest to obstructing an officer and was sentenced to 89 days in jail and a $30,000 fine. Let's hear from Mr. Borgwart. Join me.
All right, you may remember the Wisconsin man who faked his own death last year and then fled to Europe. Well, tonight there's some new video that shows deputies interrogating Ryan Borgwart, and in it he explains why he went through with his elaborate plan. Now, our Leon Purvis joins us tonight. So, Leon, walk us through this, if you would.
Well, Tim, Ryan Borgwart told deputies he felt like a failure in every aspect of life.
I guess everything could have hinged on me dying in the lake.
Newly released interrogation video shows Ryan Borgwart telling Green Lake County Sheriff's deputies why he faked his own death.
If your goal is to disappear, then you have to do everything in your power to try to disappear.
In August of 2024, he paddled his kayak and a child-sized inflatable boat out into the lake. He then overturned the kayak and dumped his phone in the lake. The case documents also contained the text message exchange between him and his now ex-wife before dumping his phone. He writes, "I'll start heading back to shore soon. Then I will," with 3 dots. She sent multiple messages. No response from Borgwart.
I think just the inability to feel like you can talk to your wife about some of this stuff. And the absolute hopelessness that you have in the situation you're in.
Investigators say after taking the inflatable boat back to shore, he rode an electric bike to Madison, Wisconsin, caught a bus to Toronto, and flew to Europe. Authorities searched for him for 58 days.
If you come to the lake and 10 minutes later you realize I'm not there, then you're not going to look for me. You're going to look elsewhere. It's going to be a real short trip to Georgia.
Borgwart ended up in the Eastern Europe country of Georgia with a woman he met online.
And you end up meeting a friend somewhere on the other side of the world that sort of has this somewhat similar story. You just got to become friends.
Authorities tracked him down last November and convinced him to come home a month later.
I knew at some point it was probably going to be found. So I guess I was doing every effort to limit how much and when.
Borgwart pleaded no contest to obstructing an officer and was sentenced to 89 days in jail. It's the same amount of time he misled authorities about his whereabouts. He also has to pay a $30,000 fine, the cost of the search. Live in the newsroom, Leon Purvis, Fox 9.
All right, thank you, Leon.
Fox 9 is the source, everybody. Ryan. Let me talk to you for a little bit. What was so bad in your life, your marriage, work, that would lead you to perfect this hoax? Have people worried about you, your family, friends, the community? Have authorities out here looking for you, searching? The fact that you were stupid enough to get in water and turn over this kayak boat or whatever, swim obviously to shore, had a bike already waiting for you, tickets already bought to ride a bus and fly to Europe, means you planned this mess. And I think it's sad because you owed your family more than what you gave. I don't know the dynamics of your life with your wife and your children, but feeling like a failure should never lead you to want to mislead people who allegedly care for you. If you felt like you could not communicate with your wife, you should have sought therapy, counseling. If after that you did not see a change in yourself or her, or you two couldn't come to some type of happy median, then you should have filed for divorce. Running off, faking your death, making people think that you drowned in that water, how was that helpful? It wasn't. This woman was probably worried, sick, children worried. You're selfish. And that would make me wonder what type of person you were as a husband. Because this is a very selfish act to have people out here worried and concerned about you, thinking you're possibly dead. When all along, you're flying the high seas to be with some woman. So you met her, I don't know, deliberately. If you went online looking for a company, companionship, friendship, it led to one thing to another. I don't know. But I know that one going online seeking a woman or man, and you already have a partner, is bad business. To then plot death is bad business. Why? And then you come back to do the same amount of time that authorities exacted looking for you and pay a $30,000 fine. Yeah, that's to pay for the trouble you caused for authorities looking for you. How can you face your family? And I don't see why the wife would want him back. I'm going to put up a poll during this live, and you tell me if she should have taken him back. I don't see how you can reconcile what you've done. And yes, many people have done terrible things, and people still care for them, love them, dealt with them. But this, to me, is abhorrent. Because as someone has said to me the other day, if he ever takes a walk, gets in his car, she's going to always wonder if he's going to return home, the wife. And that's a terrible burden to carry around, wondering if your husband's going to come home. It's one thing knowing he's out there cheating, or he doesn't come home, he's out here doing all type of crazy stuff. And he's coming in all times of hours. You know what I'm saying? Late morning, wee hours. But he tried to fake his death. And I don't understand how you all can have a healthy relationship. So where is Mr. Ryan at this moment? Where does he live? Is he with his wife, staying with his family? And one thing I had heard probably about a week ago is that it was said that Ryan was more concerned with what the townspeople were going to think of him than what his wife and family thinks of him. Did you hear what I just said? Oh, I ain't worried about my wife and kids. I know they love me. But I'm worried about what Peter, Joe, and Susie thinks. Ryan, you can always pick up and move somewhere else. We have 50 states in the union. You can go live anywhere you'd like. Matter of fact, you can take your wife overseas and live, and your family. How about that? Maybe you can take her over there and have that other woman, and you all can play sister-wife. This is ridiculous to me. You're more worried about other people's opinions of you. That shows me you're selfish right there. That you feel like, well, I know my family, they're going to stick by me. They care about me. But I got to be able to walk around the town, and I don't want people looking and whispering. Move. People do it all the time. They get caught stealing, using drugs, hurting people, assaulting, murder. They're able to walk free. They pack up and move. Start over. So maybe that's what you should do. As a matter of fact, the wife, let me talk to you for a second. I wouldn't want him back. Because to me, this is a serious betrayal of trust. Because you're going to always wonder, every time he walks out that door, if he's coming back. You're going to worry yourself with calling him, calling. God forbid he don't pick up in a timely fashion, whatever that might be. You're going to make yourself sick. Same thing with your children. I don't know how old they are, but they're going to wonder the same. Where's daddy? Is daddy coming home? And they're going to be just as worried as you. Any festivities you all have planned, soccer games, baseball games, basketball activities, the children are going to always wonder if daddy's going to come home, if daddy's going to show up. Okay? Hello, Nikita. Thank you for joining me. They're going to always wonder, is daddy going to show up? Is daddy going to do what he did the last time? Ma'am, do yourself a favor. If you are with him, remove yourself. You deserve better than that. He is a selfish creature. Any person that will walk out from a person's life without any notice, and he planned this event. This isn't just walking away from somebody, packing your stuff, just walk out and move out. He took money out your accounts and went across the seas to be with a woman. He's not worth your time. Your children either. Now, they're going to deal with him when they're grown. As adults, that's on them. But as minors, I would not let him have any access to my children. I would file for divorce. I would ask for primary custody. And I also would not want him around my children, because I'm trying to tell you, anybody that would pull this type of stunt does not need to be around children, because you are unpredictable. Your mind is unpredictable. To me, you're the same type of guy that leaves kids in the house alone and fly to Europe. Leave the kids in the car and stay in Walmart for 3 hours, or go sit in a bar and drink while your children are outside in the parking lot, in the cold or in the heat. It's the same. You're irresponsible, and you're a coward. You are a coward, because this was a cowardly act. And then you planned it. It was a spur of the moment where you just lost your mind, didn't know what to do, and you took a day drive somewhere to cool off and gather yourself, and then answer your phone. You took money, which is theft, because you took money from the mouth of your wife and children. You also had to have a job. You lied to those people. Anybody that cared for you, you're deceptive to them as well. Then you got to count the authority that jumped in to try to find you. All the resources, people getting in the water to risk their own health and livelihood to make sure or find you if you were unalive in that water. And your stupid ass could have drowned in the dark trying to get back to the shoreline. When I heard this story a year ago, I thought, who the hell does this? But we have crazy people. And this is a crazy, crazy man who thought he got away with getting away with faking his own death. And some people might say, well, Queen, he did get a conscience at the end. Authorities found him and he talked to them and he ended up coming back over here. But he's still the same person. You're not going to make me think, even now, a year later, he's redeemed. Now, he may have asked God to forgive him. Don't even know if he believes in God or not. But the point is, yes, I know God is the only one that can forgive him. But somebody like this, I don't see changing overnight. This man has been this way a long time. You can best believe he didn't just wake up one day and say, I'm going to run off, and then ran off that day. He had been planning that, to get all the money out, planning how to do it without leaving a trace. But they had to have known something wasn't right once they started going in your documents, your bank accounts that told the story. Oh, there's some money gone. I don't think he drowned in the lake. Anyway, I feel sorry for this family. I really feel sorry for this wife and kids. I feel sorry for anybody that thought they knew him. But this goes back to what I always say on this network. You don't know anybody. We all have secrets. We all have secret thoughts. Today we're up, tomorrow we're down. One day we're happy, the next day we're sad. This ain't the way you do it. Running off like that was wrong. And it's deplorable because he was married and has children. And the wife obviously wanted her husband. She wanted him back. But it's like, what is it that he can offer you? What is it that this man can offer you? He can't offer you anything because he's not even willing to tell you, hey, I'm unhappy. That's all he had to say. I'm unhappy. I don't feel good about myself. I don't feel well. I don't feel mentally well. This marriage isn't working. Whatever was going on. Hey, I don't like my job. I don't like myself. I'm mad at the world. Whatever the hell was going on. That's all he had to do was tell her. And if after he tried to tell her those things and she still wanted to, lollygag around and act like she didn't hear a word he said, then he should have then took the next steps to try to remove himself from that marriage the legal way. Well, since you're not willing to listen to me and hear my problems, you're not willing to try to empathize with what I'm going through, I think it's best that we separate. I mean, even a separation was better than running off to be with this other woman. And that other woman, let's talk about her. Did she know that he was married? Did she care if she did know? What did he tell that other woman when they first started talking? Did she know that he was married? And if she knew that he was married, where did she think he was going to go when she first started talking to him? See, we don't even know what he told her. For all we know, he could have told her he was a single man. He could have told her he didn't have children. And the way this played out, I could see him lying across the board. He didn't tell her that he was married. He didn't tell her he had children. He just baited her long enough to keep her holding on until he got his ass over there. But see, as my daddy told me, when you talk to a man, you need to know where he lives and where he stays, and you need to go to that place to verify where he lives and where he stays. If a person is always sitting in their car talking to you, you should know something's wrong. You understand what I'm saying, ladies? You call him, he's only talking to you in the car. And then he's like, oh, I'm getting ready to go inside and have dinner and take a nap and do all that. You should know, okay, he must be living with somebody, got a girlfriend, got a wife, got something going on. Because he never talks to you inside the house where you can see a background, a living room. That's why you're supposed to always video chat with people when you first meet them. You don't continuously text. And you don't get to see the background where they live. Hey, let me see your car. Let me see what kind of car you got. Let me see the outside of where you're staying. Hey, let me see you walk in that damn door. Put the key in the door, lock the door. I want to see you walk in. Sit down on the couch, go in your bedroom. You want to verify it. This is why a lot of people have been hoodwinked and bamboozled by people just talking to them online. And they have no idea who they're talking to. They have no idea where they live. They have no idea who they live with. Got a whole damn family, wives, girlfriends, cats, dogs, every damn thing. And don't know nothing. Know who you're talking to. Verify who you're speaking with. And especially before you become intimate with him or her. Verify where they live. Verify that they have a job, where they work. You've been to the job. You can go in the job and ask for them. Because let me tell you something. You got folks so slick, they'll have you drop them off at the corner in front of a building, and you drive off, and they go in the opposite direction. He strikes me as that type of guy. I won't doubt he had problems at his job, whatever he did. And naturally, he can't go back to those people and say, hey, can I get my job back? Hell no. We don't know who you are. And you so damn crazy to poof, poof, disappear. See, that's another thing. Who would hire him? Knowing he would do this type of SHIT. Because you got to remember, he's a father, a husband. He had a job. So none of these people can trust him to follow through. Every time you deal with somebody like this, you're going to be wondering if they're ever going to pick up the phone, they're going to show up, they're going to follow through. So nobody's going to hire this guy. For what? You don't even know if he's going to come to work or not. And I won't doubt he probably was a pathological liar around people. Let me say, is a pathological liar. Because like I said, to do something like this, you obviously got some serious internal things going on with you. And it's not good. And I can see that he's probably a crybaby. He moans and groans about every little thing. He does not act like an adult male, a mature male. He's probably been spoiled most of his life, things handed to him possibly, or never got in tune with his inner self. And probably when he first got married, he probably wanted to bail out then. He probably didn't really want to be a father. I bet you if somebody gets down to the deep inner core of Ryan, they'll realize he's been unhappy a long time with himself. Possibly came from a dysfunctional family. Probably came from parents who were deceptive, didn't tell their whole truth, didn't live their whole truth. Because this behavior is really crazy. To just poof, disappear, take money out the bank, leave kayaks in the water, cycle for miles to the nearest town and catch a damn bus, then fly across the seas. Who does this? And then not even care that there's a woman and some children worrying about him, friends worrying, job, friend, co-workers worrying, his own family members. What do they think? Ryan, why'd you do this? You think that little of us as well? To have us sit up here worried about where you are? Does he have a mother or father where they live in? I mean, I want you to understand how deep this goes. Hello, sweetheart. Not just his wife and his kids, but he had a job, he had friends, neighbors, maybe he went to church. And they're all sitting there thinking, damn, he just don't give a fuck about nobody. He just took off and they ain't told us nothing. And you do have people like this. They won't be bothered, won't answer the phone, won't talk to nobody. You know, we all get in our moods where we don't want to be bothered, we don't want to talk to people. But this is cruel. To have somebody worried about you. Because my thing is, he could have told his wife, I'm not happy. And we've learned that most people who can't be happy in a relationship, it is because they are unhappy with themselves. And as they always say, you can't love anybody else if you don't love yourself. And maybe he did feel suffocated in his relationship, in his life. Maybe he wasn't making enough money. Maybe he didn't feel valued at his job. Maybe he didn't feel valued by his family, his wife and kids. Maybe he was spending too much money. Didn't have enough money. Maybe they weren't appreciative. I don't know his story. I just know this ain't the way to do it. It's best to be honest with people. And that's all he has to do is tell his wife, I'm not happy. Hey, it's me. I'm the problem. I need some time away. We need to separate. Whatever. This ain't the way to do it. Just running off and disappearing and making people think you're drowning in a damn lake. And truthfully, he would not be a person that I would easily trust. One thing we have learned in this world, many men and women have done it. They have walked out the door and said they were going to the store to get cigarettes, a gallon of milk, and they never came back home. And there's people sitting right here wondering right now, where did he go? Where did she go? What did I do? What did I say? You can't worry yourself like that. They have their own inner demons that they have to deal with. And you need to know that you deserve better than that. Now, I know the flip side is that there's some people who are not nice people, don't know how to treat people, and they would push people to just walk out, disappear. And the only way I can see doing this type of thing, not the faking up the death and all, but just walking out and keeping it moving, is if you're in an abusive relationship with somebody. If they were mistreating you, hurting you, putting their hands on you, yes, I can see just walking out and leaving and keeping it moving. But this man was married and had children, and they deserve better than what he gave them. This information is about Mr. Ryan BORGWART, a Wisconsin man who attempted to fake his own death a year ago. And authorities found him. He was overseas living with another woman, and they talked him into returning to the United States, where he was fined $30,000 and had to do 89 days in jail, which were the same amount of time that people searched for him, local authorities. He's done good to do that much. Maybe he deserved longer. And I'll put that on the poll as well. Was the sentence enough? And should the wife have taken him back? Follow the Queen on the Newsbreak app, the Vault Excel. Follow me here, like, share, subscribe. Drop your comments below this video. And if you'd like to donate to this great network, $PAG 129 Cash App. Stickers and chats are always welcome for the live stream. You have been listening to Your Crazy America, an installment of the Vault Excel. Thank you for your time. Have a wonderful week. Happy holidays, everybody. I'll be back with more stimulating content and commentary. Please be safe, minded children. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.